Hey, hey, hey. Woo! A Wednesday edition
It's a
of
party up in
Steve
here.
Talks 321 because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day, brother.
Yes. Yes, and you got to be careful the way you spell that because some people hate when they see Patty, P-A.
D-D.
Well, they say
Is that the no-no?
P-A-T-T-Y. They don't like that. That's like a
Oh.
peppermint patty.
Oh,
They would rather it
that
be
makes
St.
sense.
Patty, P-A-D-D-Y. So
Let's get a toast.
happy St. Patrick's Day, so I just say it that way.
Slancha.
And a Guinness glass.
Oh.
There you go. How are
Yummy
you
beer.
today, Jesse?
Oh, I'm super. I had a festive St. Patty's Day breakfast over at Empire.
Uh-huh.
They had a green bagel with corned beef, really good corned beef, Swiss cheese, and like a really rustic mustard, like a whole mustard seed
Ooh.
kind of mustard spread, whatever. So it even added like a little crunchy texture, but really good, really good.
Ah.
So thanks so much, Alex, and all those fine
How
folks
about
at
is it
Empire.
is the cream cheese green?
So it was a corned beef, egg, cheese, and mustard sandwich.
Ooh.
So no cream cheese on it, but the bagel was green, the whole thing.
Okay.
It wasn't just like green icing or some weird coloring. The whole bagel was created with coloring.
So if you get
So it was a real green bagel.
breakfast bagel, would they serve green cream cheese with that or no?
So no, they don't really have a themed cream cheese. Only because when they make cream cheese, it's such a big batch, and
Right.
for a single day special, you'd have to sell a lot of cream cheese in order to get rid of it all. But we want to thank so much for everybody tuning in. If you're playing hooky, if you're on lunch break or whatever else, wherever we find you on this great holiday, thanks so much again for joining us. And
Yes, indeed.
once
Thank
again,
you.
we do have an action-packed show because we are just going to go through everything that's happening today. Really good specials as far as menus. There's bands that we're going to be alerting you about and so much more. So tune in, share with friends. And Vincenzo wants to know what's up with the nooner. Hey, man, if we don't do it now, we're going to be probably too many Guinnesses and Jameson shots later on to make this happen at all.
Speaking of Jameson shot, have you ever had a car bomb?
Car bomb. Sea bizzles. Yeah, I mean, me and my buddies back in high school wrote songs about it. So
Car bomb.
car bombs are delicious.
Yeah. So hey, you know what? And I know a lot of people. I thought at 1 o'clock today would be perfect because a lot of the stuff really starts happening around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Right.
Everyone starts kicking off their their happy hours, but I know
Right.
a lot of people are already out and about right now, dressed in green. They're celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
It's a party out there.
It is. So, and I was listening to the radio this morning. I listen to Elvis Duran in the morning sometimes when I'm in my travels, and they said, "Why do Americans celebrate so much? Celebrate the St. Patrick's Day so much when it's not really about Americans?" And one of the sidekicks said, "It's just another reason for Americans to take off early and go drinking."
You know,
There may be some truth to that.
in our defense, though, the Spanish have siestas. It's like part of their culture. The English, they're at the pub by 2 o'clock every day.
Exactly.
Europeans have a very casual, kind of work ethic, and us Americans are just known for being workaholics.
Yep.
Like nobody works harder than American. I'm sorry to say, unless you're getting whipped by a whip, but I think those times are behind us.
Absolutely.
So we just work. So for us to celebrate and stop what we're doing and just wind down, we kind of need it because Americans, we do live in extremes, right? Like extreme work and then extreme
Exactly.
fun. Whereas and I love Europe for this, but you it's okay to take a 2-hour lunch and just have tea with some friends. English, you have to have tea.
You have to.
And,
tea time.
and everybody's at the pub, by 3 or 4 o'clock in English so there's different cultures. Part of our culture is to party hard, work hard, play
Party.
hard.
Work hard, play hard. That's right. So what I like to do every show is I like to do it back in time, this day in history, or did you know?
Yes.
So this day in 1968, March 17th, guess who made their first television debut on the Ed Sullivan Show? They were British.
What year?
1968, March 17th.
It was the Beatles.
No,
No.
they were actually earlier than that.
they were 64.
Yeah.
Ed Sullivan?
No. Yeah, Ed Sullivan Show.
Ed Sullivan, 68.
So a British rock group, which I guess the Beatles can be considered rock
Oh, yeah.
back then.
So I'm going to say The Who.
Good guess. The Bee Gees. The Bee Gees. Yeah. Here, look at that. There they are.
Yeah, the Gibbs brothers Gibb, Bee Gees.
Did you ever read up on their history on how they started and then they hit some rough patches? And
briefly, yeah.
What saved them was the movie Saturday Night Fever.
Right.
It brought them to life like nothing else.
Right.
So pretty cool there.
Travolta in the 70s, I mean, he was a heartthrob, with Grease and Saturday Night Live. So, of course, if he's on a dance floor dancing and whatever he's dancing to is going to be a hit.
Yep, for sure. So let's go back to what this day really means, right? St. Patrick's Day. Mm-hmm. The life of St. Patrick has been celebrated since the year 460 A.D. That's when he passed. So that's pretty impressive that people remember.
That's a long holiday.
That is.
I wonder what the age of Christmas is.
What do you mean, the age of Christmas?
Like how long has people been celebrating Christmas?
Well, they had BC and then they had AD, and
right.
everything's based on that, right? So aren't we talking 2000?
If we're talking about
21 years ago,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
If that's supposed,
Yeah.
But did they really celebrate his birthday like the same year? Was it Christmas the same year he was born, or after his second year?
Well, he was what was he 33 years old approximately
when he passed? Yeah. So it'd be like 33 AD.
Yeah. Yeah. So they celebrate Easter as his passing, right. And then, of course, there's resurrection. Yeah. But then the actual birth is
just
2021 years ago.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Curious trivia.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get right to it because we have a jam-packed, filled show with all kinds of stuff happening here in Brevard County, Melbourne, the Space Coast. We are all these great things. So Jesse's got some graphics. We're going to talk about who's serving up the best corned beef and cabbage deals, and of course, some entertainment and the brews.
Right. So we do have a lot to go through.
And I'm going to throw in a few without graphics because I have a few that I'm going to mention, in between or afterwards.
So the first two graphics we have are screenshots. First one, you see the Twisted Birch and also Ashley's. Did you want to go ahead and explain what we're looking at?
Yeah, so Twisted Birch, we'll start with Ashley's since it's on the left.
Okay.
So Ashley's, today they have the corned beef and cabbage, $12.99 deal, bangers and mash. Oh, I love bangers and mash.
Yeah.
Shepherd's pie. So anywhere from $10.99 to $12.99, and then you have the potato crusted haddock at $14.99. Ashley's is that very rustic
roadside attraction.
Roadside, right off US 1. There's been stories about some ghost stories there. Just a cool place. You go inside there and you can just feel the nostalgia in there.
Right.
But they've been a staple here for a long time. But they have their deal going on right, this afternoon. And actually, I'll just plug into this while I'm on Ashley's. Tomorrow, just announced, we're going to be Space Coast on location at Ashley's tomorrow afternoon. We'll be there live, the Steve and Steve show. So if you guys are
Steve and Steve on location.
So excellent. I don't even think Steve knows yet where we're going tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, it is going to be on Ashley. So very appropriate start there to Ashley's. Next, Twisted Birch. So let me back up. Ashley's in Rockledge, by the way, on US 1, heading north towards 520. So it's on the left side.
Yeah, nice little menu.
Twisted Birch, right? Sports bar and grill. But again, they are obviously celebrating St. Patrick's Day with their specials. They have a really large menu there. So they've got, salads. They've got corned beef and cabbage. They've got a bone-in down there in the second half there. What is that?
So they have a bone-in jumbo chicken wings.
Right.
Build a smash burger. And then at the very bottom, looks like it's almost cut off, but a $3 green beer and also car bombs. I want to say there's maybe a price on it, but I can't see. It's kind of cut off from the graphic, as you could tell.
Bombs.
But Twisted Birch, if you're not
that's over by
familiar.
Turtle Creek there, right?
Yeah, Turtle Creek Golf Club. So it's like right there. So you have to go behind there. I believe it's on Barnes.
Right off of Barnes.
Yeah.
So you turn in as you're heading west towards I-95.
Right.
You'll see the Turtle Creek Golf Course. It's right west of the big
So you have Morel, and then
Yeah, there's the condos there.
Yeah, right.
And then you turn in there, the greens at Turtle Creek. So you turn in there on the left side. So
just give Steve a call. He'll tell you how to get there.
Yeah. Twisted Birch. It's a nice little bit. It used to be Jimmy's.
Yeah, they've been known for their food, though. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Cool place right overlooking the golf course there.
So we're still on the mainland in Central County. Let's see what else we got here. Let's reveal this. Okay, so the parade, of course, in downtown Melbourne.
That's right. That's coming up Saturday.
Right. So that's not today. Double check.
Right.
Just let's make double clear, guys. We want to send you to downtown to go
This
see a
is
parade that's happening
the
Saturday.
annual, right?
Right.
It's been over 20 years in a row now they've done this, correct?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say like 29th or something.
Mm-hmm. So this Saturday at 11 o'clock. So they had the Meg O'Malley Street Party last week. This is the annual.
And that was fun.
Day parade.
Yeah.
Downtown Melbourne. So that's a fun-filled day starting at 11 o'clock. Downtown Melbourne.
Next, we have in rotation. Let me hide Ashley's as well now, since we've seen her. Let's reveal the next one is.
Hey, and if anybody out there listening, watching, you got some others you want to mention, give them a plug. We'll mention them.
Yeah, absolutely. For all those watching live, I did pin a post. We do allow questions and comments. So anything you're not hearing or there's something that we need to hear, just please give us a shout. So here's a fun little menu. Onion ring poutine from Matt's Casbah. Fish and chips. I'm sure it's just traditional flaky whitefish and potato chips. You have the Reuben
sandwich.
Yeah. And Reubens are just fantastic, but it just seems like there's a lot of them. Corned beef and cabbage, of course.
Corned beef and cabbage.
The staple. Drink specials, Baby Guinness. Killian's Irish Red, Jameson and Ginger. That sounds delicious right now. The breakfast shot. We know the breakfast shot. Pickleback green tea shot and Irish coffee. So it looks like a lot of...
A Baby Guinness, for some people that might be listening or watching thinking, oh, it's a small beer. No. It's actually two different ingredients altogether.
This is a Baby Guinness.
Yeah. So Baby Guinness is the Patron XO, which is the coffee liqueur.
Right.
And it's got a floater of Baileys. And it's actually best, and it looks like a Guinness. It does. It looks like a foam sitting on the top. So it tastes good chilled, but it looks better when they're both served at room temperature.
Right.
Because the Baileys actually stays afloat. When they're both cold, the Baileys gets all kind of chopped up, and then it just kind of sinks around. It doesn't hold its look of the Guinness. So that's what a Baby Guinness is. But
cool.
of course, green tea shots we all know. All right, we've had those.
So yeah, Matt's looks.
Matt's is downtown Melbourne.
Yeah, Matt's looks definitely promising. So let's continue with them. With
tonight
live music.
Seed live tonight at the Hunker Down. That's in Cocoa Beach, down there off Minuteman, right there. It's basically right next to the coconuts there.
Right.
And Seed is a great local rock band. They were actually on last night at George and Dragon. Give George and Dragon a plug because every second Tuesday of each month they have bike night now at George and Dragon, and Seed is their exclusive live rock band.
That's right. Really good music.
Josh and Frank, great job with the band Seed.
Here's the Cottage on Highland and Montreal in the O'Galley Arts District.
Woohoo!
So what are they?
So they've got a live Irish band playing tonight, this evening, but they're having.
They're also doing something virtual, live from the Cottage.
They're doing a live stream. That's
Irish
right.
Pub's Facebook page.
At 5 p.m.
So that's 1600 in Florida, which is 4 o'clock. So looks like live music down. I don't want to say downtown, but the
have you ever eaten at the Cottage?
The Cottage is delicious.
Family owned,
yeah.
and they all have Irish accents.
Big old front porch,
Yeah.
big old deck in the front, right there on Highland. In the back, alongside Montreal, and now kind of adjacent now to the alley that's opposite of the new Pineapples, is this big old kind of beer garden / outside.
Yes.
Where you could dine al fresco and drink and have some friends and be loud because there's just traffic. Ain't nobody measuring decibels or anything else. It's a really fun place to get, a little boisterous.
For sure.
And Cottage has just been known for having some really good, authentic Irish music. So if you haven't gone there, the pub itself, when you go inside, it looks like something out of Dublin, or perhaps
kind of like
an outside village pub.
Right.
Really, really cool. Always something new there. Really good whiskeys as well provided. So, and of course, ice cold creamy Guinness.
And I bet I know what's hopping right now over in, and this is not Space Coast related, but it is a fun place in Disney Springs, Raglan Road, over there.
Pretty sure anything with the Irish
live
theme
performers
is going pretty haywire right now.
Yeah. So I've heard the stories about the rivers, like in Boston and up in Chicago. They
dye them.
They dye them green. It's an all day. I don't think anybody works on St. Patrick's Day in those big cities. I think the streets are closed down.
There's nowhere to go. I mean, you go down to Rush Street and Chicago and for some of those places, there's some really big Irish communities. Pittsburgh, I know, has a good Irish contingency, so anyway, yeah, there's going to be plenty of places where the city's just rock and roll.
Right.
It's also fun, Savannah, Georgia. I've
heard
it doesn't really sound like a place. But they got the Savannah School of Design there, SCAD, and all those students, and just the history, and just a really cool old, like colonial kind of days. Some really cool rustic bars in that town, and apparently all the different squares all around Savannah just fill up with vendors and street parties, and just like one of the biggest St. Patty's Day celebrations. So anyway, let's get back to
let me just give a shout out here. Somebody people. Friends commenting here. Moni says, cool space in the back of the cottage.
Yeah.
Music is always great.
That's right.
Hi, Moni. How are you guys doing? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Maybe we'll see you out and about. We're going to be at World of Beer tonight for trivia. We're going to defend our championship at World of Beer Viera. Vincenzo, mojo chicken in my crock pot today. Wow.
That's the other side. That's more like a Caribbean style. But
that's like Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, you're cooking at home. That's great.
And Aggie says, hi, Steve. Hey, Aggie, the godmother of roofing.
So let's move on. What else do
we have a lot more here.
So that's Cottage again.
Cottage right there off O'Galley.
Yep. Next is Long Doggers.
Long Doggers.
This is all their locations, I believe.
Yes.
Cocoa Beach celebrating 6 years in the corner. Get your Irish fix with some Irish fixins. Saturday, March 13th through today.
So these are all specials.
And this is the last day. This
corned beef
menu
with Swiss
expires.
fries, pickle and slaw, $11.99. Reuben sandwich with fries, pickle and slaw, $12.99. Corned beef platter with a roll, cabbage and carrots, $14.99. Of course, they have green beer.
Plus green beer, yes.
Woo! I love Long Doggers.
Yeah, great people. Great establishment. Murdoch's. So now we're heading back
Murdoch's
to
in
Cocoa
Cocoa
Village.
Beach. Yeah, or Cocoa Village, sorry. Cocoa Village, and I just saw they are getting really close to opening their new location.
How close?
I can't say, but their last post on their Facebook said we're getting very close.
Okay.
So they've got the inside plans are in full force, and they're working on it. So, but they're still down there off of Brevard Avenue, and
yeah, adjacent to George and Dragon.
Yep, right next door.
Right next door. So, and I'm sure again this isn't like the definitive list. We try to get everything.
This is only probably a portion of.
Yeah, I mean, there may be some others, and so we want to apologize if we missed you. We try to have this as conclusive as possible. Right. We don't want to leave.
Now, I will
out.
say that World of Beer, they have their annual St. Patrick's Day. They serve food there for this day. They bring in corned beef, cabbage.
Really?
They have the green beer. They have bangers. They have so we're gonna actually partake in that tonight.
Okay.
Trivia is there tonight on Wednesdays. Danny Trivia, we'll give a shout out to Danny. If you haven't been to Danny Trivia at World of Beer, you just have to come and at least observe and listen and watch. And it's probably, I would say it's you have 21. It's an adult trivia. It's really not for family. But he makes it really fun.
It's at a bar.
A little naughty,
right.
a little interesting, but really fun.
Right.
Really fun. He makes it fun. He has on-screen, video. It's like no other trivia. And I'm not trying to take any trivia away from anybody else, but his is just a little extra special for us.
Exactly. I love it.
So World of Beer tonight. I think they start out around 6:00 tonight. But trivia starts at 7:30, so we're going to be there defending our trophy. and the Long Duck Dong is our team name.
Come check them out. Let's see. We just have a couple more to go through. Here's Bug Nutty, Cocoa Village.
Oh, yeah. So they have a really cool Irish red vanilla ale and corned beef sandwiches.
Yummy.
And you know where Bug Nutty is? That's right off of 520, right next to the Rec 225.
Right.
So Rec 225, fun, again, another fun place. Bug Nutty Brewery, cool stuff. And I'm also going to give a prop to Intercoastal Brewery right over here in O'Galley. The Bearded Chef. I don't know if he's going to have any corned beef there tonight.
I think there was something. He always does something fun.
But that's an awesome food truck, and they have the Bearded Chef parked right outside there. So you can go to Intercoastal, have your beer, your favorite beer. I'm sure they have a green beer today. And Bearded Chef is right there, and you get a chance to check out their new addition they're adding on to the building.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that's going to be opening up here shortly as well. A little bit delayed, by COVID, but between that going on and, again, pineapples and, of course, everything else that's already existing down there with FM Pizza coming in. I think they're celebrating a year or something by now. Oleander just right there. So, yeah, the Arts District is doing it. The Arts District is having a good time. So there you have it. I think that's all three markets. Downtown Melbourne, we did the district, Arts District rather, and we did the Village.
Village and Rockledge and Vieira.
And then, again, on Cocoa Beach, you got the Hunker Down tonight with Seed. And then, again, Rockledge, Ashley's, Rockledge, Twisted Birch. So, yeah, I think we covered most of the county. If you can't find something to do, I'm sure there's
Yeah, I'm going to check out real quick. I just want to check out the other events.
Because we didn't get a whole lot into North County or even like Palm Bay and South County.
Yeah.
But most of these are, again, the places that we kind of frequent and follow. And I know a lot of people have heralded these establishments as well.
Main Street Pub.
Yeah, 321 Flavor and other places. These are staples I find. So there may be some other outliers, and I'm sure there's some other new concepts. And I think everybody's doing something. Even if it's a corned beef and cabbage, kind of dinner. But we love St. Patty's Day. I can't wait to have a sea bizzle, aka carb bomb. At least one every year. And then World of Beer isn't known for their liquor, but we'll have plenty of good
tasty brews,
Irish style brews, I'm sure.
Yep. So Main Street Pub has, of course, they have their specials going on today. Let's see who else we've got there. There's the Cottage.
Well, I think that's it. What has been your most favorite St. Patty's Day memory? Do you have one?
I don't really have a favorite St. Patty's Day memory. The weekend of before St. Patty's, usually there's a big, the Meg O'Malley's. That's always pretty fun for me. I get dressed up. I wear all green. Everything's just open and festive early in the morning. They start opening at 9, 10 o'clock down there. It's just a fun time down there.
Yeah, it was fun this year. It was really fun.
I can't wait for Meg O'Malley's to open back up, though.
Yeah, a lot of us can't.
Yeah.
And right now, the Meg O'Malley's official fire truck or beer truck, as they said, it's a retired fire truck. It's parked it's occupying 3 parking spaces or maybe even 4 parking spaces right in front of Meg's. So they left that there.
So I'll mention a few other things that are coming up this week.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night at the Avenue Vieira is the Thirsty Third Thursday, and that's back on now. Every third Thursday they have Central Park is open. They have live music. Right. All the restaurants and bars are open there. You can go in there and get your free drink from some of the places that are participating in that, like Pizza Gallery. 28 North has some sort of a sangria sometimes they have out there.
Right.
You get a ticket for a free drink, a free beer at World of Beer, and that's going on tomorrow night. So that starts at 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Central Park there at the Avenue Vieira.
Nice.
Dueling Pianos Friday at the Main Street Pub. Now, it's been a while since I've heard of a dueling piano here in Brevard, but the Beer Garden,
Main Street.
and we didn't mention the Beer Garden in Cocoa Village, but I know they have tons of beer today, green beer, but they had a dueling piano going on there, but I haven't seen it going on in a while. What else do we have here? We've got, of course, we've got Seed tonight. We've got the parade Saturday, downtown Melbourne. And I think that pretty much wraps up everything that's coming up here.
Yeah, so let me just finish. Let's see if we got through all of the screenshots here. I know we took a bunch. Yeah, and then, so that's the original one, Ashley's. So we went through a good handful of them. I mean, if you didn't find anything to do tonight, then maybe you'd rather not do anything tonight.
Watch something on Netflix.
Just Netflix and chill. But for all of our St. Patty's Day revelers, people who at least just like to grab a Guinness and just have some corned beef and cabbage, the minimal celebration. But I really like St. Patty's Day. I've had always some good memories as well. Most of them I can't remember during. I do remember the hangovers, but no, it seems to be always like a really fun time, and especially when you're drinking really good beer all day, going from some Irish stout to some good Irish beer like a Harp or something, and just or a Smitty's. Really good as well. So
I'll give another plug to George and Dragon too, because they're full bar and they don't serve food there. But one of the things I really love about that place and World of Beer is you can bring your own food there. You can partake. You can obviously support the bar.
Right.
They have a cigar area in there. They do have a cigar and wine bar.
Yeah,
and now they have some beers.
Yeah, now their cigar game is getting pretty good. I mean, they got a couple really tall humidors, some better selections, and of course you're right there. I mean, smoking cigars and the Village, listen to good music. They have Touch Tunes, which is my favorite. So you play your own music.
Have you heard about this new place opening up in Merritt Island? It's a what is it called? Smoke Rings 72 grand opening.
So
Saturday.
Smoke Rings has been there for a while, and they're just getting a new location, so that's exciting.
Okay, so it's a grand opening.
Right.
It says Saturday, March 20th, 10 a.m. So
I'm gonna have to include that on my list.
Yeah. North Courtney Park, 925 North Courtney Parkway, Merritt Island. Obviously free admission. They would like to celebrate their official grand opening party. Brand new bar, lounge, massive selection in the humidor. Updated cafe, 2 days packed with food trucks, beer and cigar vendors, giveaways, raffles, and cigar roller. That sounds like fun, Jesse. I think I might take a ride out there Saturday.
Yeah, just come by.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What else happening in the world today? So we've got we can talk about real estate, of course, a little bit, but real estate market, we've got fewer homes now for sale than any other time, at least in the last decade and a half since I've been in existence in the real estate. So less than 650 homes, active residential for sale, which is virtually nothing in most areas. I check and make sure it's not like a technology. I'm like maybe missing a signal or something. I go, 1 mile radius, nothing for sale within a 1 mile radius in some areas, nothing. So it's really bizarre. I've got some out of town people coming to look, and they said, what's happening here? We just don't understand why no one's selling their house.
There's nothing to buy.
Right.
Where are you going to go? I mean, I think the people that are selling right now are just relocating because of work. Nobody's really leaving if they don't have to. I think some people who have already cashed out their equity have done that.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Not many people are leaving, which means what? They like it here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing for us.
Exactly.
For the locals, if you're trying to stay and relocate, it's really hard because there's not much to choose from. So if you're really, expecting something better than what you have, there's not really a whole lot to get enthused about and too excited about. And of course, there is that opportunity every once in a while, but you got to be ready to go. You got to pull the trigger. And I'm hearing stories that there's more than 50 showings within a 3-day period and multiple offers that are well above ask price.
Right.
and this is going over the West Coast. One of my network affiliates over there on the West Coast said they tried to buy a house and they went $50,000 over the ask price, waived all inspections.
Wow.
I mean, they basically just threw in everything, the kitchen sink, their firstborn, everything, and they still did not get accepted.
That's pretty bad.
That is tough, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's not really exciting for us. I mean, because let's be honest, like you don't need us to overpay, you know. And I hate to see that. You know, I hate to see somebody give so much to getting into a home that it just now they have like no equity. They don't have any cash equity in the house.
Right.
They have no equity. You know, they spent they put in all their cash as well that they were going to try to improve or furnish the home with, and now they have none of that. So now they're cash poor and they're house poor, meaning they have, if something were to go wrong, they don't have any cash for emergencies. You know, you're not going to be able to refinance a home that, you know, may have been well over appraised value. I mean, it puts people in a little, conundrum. So I would suggest there's a lot of people waiting for
right.
a shift and before they make a move, because it just is so competitive out there, and you're probably going to overpay in this market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very competitive. Well, hey, if you have any questions about real estate or anything else, feel free to give us a shout here, message me, comment, or whatever. If you want to ask it, of course, off the air. My phone number is 321-749-9394. I'll give you a lot of insight into the area if you're thinking about selling or buying.
Mm-hmm.
But, of course, that's not the main reason why I'm here. I'm here to promote the 321 and talk about anything that's happening up and coming. I did see the news about the Hotel Melby that's coming real soon.
March 31st. I'm thinking.
And they're going to have a rooftop there, correct?
Yeah. Exactly. So I think we should.
We're going to do a live on location there.
Well, maybe, I think we should get a room for the weekend.
Yeah.
Well,
not
that we have to stay, not me and you, but maybe the podcast, and we could have just have a bunch of hosts and go up to.
Do you know the manager there yet?
I know a couple people there.
All right.
Yeah. But just to get a room, just to say we got a room, and just take some pictures and just invite a bunch of people and go up to the rooftop, go down to the lobby,
right,
hang around. I don't need to crash there. I've a we all have homes, so it's not like we need a bed.
Right.
But I think it'd just be fun to say, hey, I got.
Well, it would be nice to have a place to crash if we're going to stay there.
Right, and I think it'd just be fun, to say I was one of the first.
Are they hiring now?
If they haven't already hired, I'm sure they're probably
March 31st. Right.
I'm sure they're probably trying to close down. Those applications now, so I'm not sure if.
So Hotel Melby, downtown Melbourne, boutique hotel. That's a Hilton property, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So I have points.
Hey,
if they have availability, we can talk. Maybe we can talk about some sort of bartering with them. And
if you guys are listening, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to stage a big event there.
That's right. We can bring INI Productions. And we can make it a joint venture.
Yeah, we could do a lot. We could do a party, or we could just do interviews and live featured videos from the top, and just have a good time. Just make a weekend out of it. But I think it'd just be thrilling.
Absolutely.
I was the first one who rented room 202 or whatever. I think that'd just be fun.
Ooh, I would hope they have a room 321 because I want that room.
We should book it now.
Hotel Melby. Any more comments up here?
No, it looks like it went quiet.
I think everybody's out drinking now.
Well, we right. We already gave them all the permission to go.
Well, there you go, guys. You have all your corned beef and cabbage intel, where to go, and maybe you'll catch us tomorrow for Space Coast on location with Steve and Steve at Ashley's in Rockledge. We're going to be there live. First time actually broadcasting there.
Yeah.
I've eaten lunch there. It's a cool place. They have two bars, one inside, one outside. They have an upstairs area, seating. Great place, and they have some stories. I think most of the servers there have a little story about a ghost story. Right. So cool place.
It was featured on, I think, Unsolved Mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the TV pictures will rotate and stuff. I remember that watching that when I was like probably 10 years old in South Florida, going, "Whoa,
Yeah.
I need to go to this place."
Somebody, one of the bartenders there said, and we were there for Halloween. It was on Halloween. We make it a tradition.
I think I was there.
They said they were in the bathroom and the lights started flickering in the bathroom.
And I hear there's young girl voices or giggles or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really cool. Well, hey, I think we're going to wrap up early today. And be on the lookout for Space Coast On Location with the Steve and Steve show tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be there between 1 and 2 o'clock. We'll be live. And tonight we're at World of Beer. So if you guys get out, maybe we'll run into you somewhere at one of these places for St. Patrick's Day.
There you go. And make sure to go ahead and follow up. Let's see, pictures, and you get tagged Steve Talks 321. We'd love to see everything you guys do. And certainly.
And don't forget, guys, if you have a show idea, hit me up, comment. If you want to be a sponsor, if you're a business and you want a lot of local broadcasting, you want awareness, you want airtime, you want to come into the studio, we can make that happen. We have sponsorship opportunities for you. Nothing better than a podcast in today's world because the shelf life is endless. It stays there. It's archived.
That's right. That's right.
So there you go. Jesse Hall, thank you so much. Space Coast Podcast, the best podcast. Talk hard.
That's right.
And thanks for watching the Steve 321 Guinness. Steve
Talks 321.
Steve Talks 321. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.